US President Donald Trump has reiterated his warning to Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz in a social media post this evening. The post, which included several expletives we've censored, reads, "Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one in Iran. There'll be nothing like it. Open the strait or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump."
Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. That is to say, in the Paleo-Hebrew, also known as the Lashawan Kodash, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, and that is who the world ignorantly calls God. Bahashim, which means in the name. Yahweh Shai, which means He is our salvation. And that is who the world also ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man, who, by the way, only came for the Israelites, all right? Now, what we saw, assumingly, is a mental breakdown by the 47th President, Commander-in-Chief, Donald J. Trump, almost seemingly threatening Iran if they don't open up the Strait of Hormuz. There's going to be hell to effing pay. And then to add a cherry on top, he goes forward to say, praise be to Allah. Okay? So what's going on? What's up with this devil? All right? Is he going to make a threat that he's actually going to come good on? Or is he going to do what we already know? Chicken out, as he's so vividly earned the name Taco, standing for Trump always chickens out. All right? And this is on the precipice or the back of your so-called wicked holiday, Easter. Okay? I guess in his eyes, he's trying to give the country a morale on this wicked holiday, Easter, by sending this tweet or post to Iran that if they don't open up the Strait of Hormuz, and what's taking so effing long, by Tuesday, there's going to be hell to pay. Bridges and buildings. Okay, well, you said that 10, 12, 13 days ago. All right? The pressure is mounting up, okay? The pressure is mounting up, all right? And there's nothing he can do because why? These small hats, they got dirt on him, okay? These Epstein files, these Epstein files, or whatever you want to quote unquote abbreviate them so that the algorithm doesn't pick it up, they got dirt on this damn dude, okay? That could be that's the only way I can see, this taking this to the next level, all right? But we know ultimately everything is in the hand of our Father, Yahweh, all right? So, hey, whether they got dirt on him or some of his lackeys and friends, that remains to be seen. But it's evident, it's apparent that Israel has America in their back pocket, all right? And Trump is just a tool to bring forth what they want to get. But ultimately, it's the Heavenly Father that's playing everyone, okay? Yahweh is controlling all of these damn wicked elites, man. He controls the heart of the king, as it says in Proverbs 21. All right? So Yahweh put the spirit on this devil to say something like this, to escalate it to the next level, to add salt to the wound by saying, praise be Allah, okay? That's that pride. That's that, American spirit, okay? We're going to say that on Easter Sunday, on the day our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ resurrected. All right? This is all, what's the word I'm looking for? Not comical, But this is all theatrical, okay? This is all for looks, all right? This is all for show, okay? We gonna see exactly just where it comes from this tweet and whether or not he's gonna make good, all right? Because I guess he's losing it, all right? I guess the pressure is mounting up. So let's read this in the book of Job 18 and verse 5. It reads, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, okay? We come into these times, man. The Lord is getting ready to put these ninjas' lights out, man. All right. This thing is finna escalate to the next level, to the next phase. All right. They're gonna attack Iran, and in retaliation, Iran is gonna attack them. All right. They're setting up the stage for all-out chaos. It says, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. All right? These countries, they're not fearing this devil like they once did. All right? He's going to have to try something to reestablish that authority back in the earth. All right? What did he do? Back in the, what was that, the 50s or whenever they dropped that atomic bomb on Fat Boy and Little Man on Hiroshima in Japan or wherever that was, all right, he's going to have to do something, all right, because now they don't fear him, all right. His spark, his fire is being put out. It's not shining, all right. America isn't that threat that it once was, that it was once perceived, all right. So let's read that again. This is a good precept. Job 18 and 5. Yea, the light of the wicked, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9 and 24. We know that Esau, Edom is the wicked, the so-called white man. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out. All right. We're in that process, man. All right. This man's light is fading. Okay. And our light is shining. It says, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. They're not afraid of his threats anymore. All right. These other countries see him for what he is. All brakes, no gas. Okay. Or maybe all gas, no brakes. All right. Meaning what? Until they see something, they ain't gonna be, concerned, man. They're going to keep that damn strait closed, man. All right? They're going to topple or cripple this economy, man. All right? It's time to let the weak say, I am strong. All right? As it says, I believe that's the book of Joel, chapter 3. Wake up the mighty man. Let the weak say that I am strong. This is the time we in, man. All right? These nations are rising up. Okay? The Lord is putting the spirit on them to rise up, to put this damn devil light out, man. Okay? And it's a beautiful thing, as it says in the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 7. It is a good thing to see the fall of your enemy. Okay? We're witnessing the fall of our enemy, Esau, Edom, man. All right? We're witnessing the Lord making good on his prophecies, his promises. All right? Just be prepared, man. All right, America could be no longer recognizable by the 4th of July, man. That'd be a beautiful thing. All right, that'd be a beautiful thing for this place to be completely unrecognizable by July the 4th or before. All right, to commemorate, quote unquote, its 250th anniversary. All right, man, this is a beautiful thing, man. To see these damn devils panicking and scrambling and allowing their most inner thoughts to seep out and tweet. All right. Like was stated earlier, whether it's intentional or strategically, it's besides the point, man. Okay. We got to see what this devil's going to do. All right. Because he's saying now Tuesday. All right. These threats, they're not going the way he thought they would go. All right. The markets aren't going to see. This is what he does, man. He makes threats like this so that he can manipulate the market, so his lackeys, his associates, can get more bang for their buck. Well, he's gonna have to do something. all right? Because the markets aren't going to move. Because even the markets, the stock markets, the commodities, what did you call it? The Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, even they starting to see that this damn dude is a damn chicken, man. It's just all hot air, all right? So this is Joel chapter 3 in verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say, I am strong, man. They don't fear you, man. Your light is going out, all right? That fear they once had in reverence of you being that great, powerful, mighty nation, it ain't there no more, man, all right? And it's because of this damn dude, man, all right? Either he gonna have to make good on his promise or shut the hell up, man, all right? We know you're trying to manipulate the markets to the best of your ability by putting these threats and these tweets out so that the markets could react to it, but it ain't gonna happen, man, all right? We already seeing how long you gonna use this strategy where you prolong, give them an ultimatum, prolong, give them an ultimatum, all right? And it's just becoming comical at this point, all right? Now you adding so-called quote-unquote explicit language on the day your Lord and Savior rise, Jesus. That's me being, what's the word? Sarcastic, okay? Because these Christians, man, they're nothing but a bunch of phonies anyways, man, all right? And this dude fits the bill to be their leader because he's nothing but a bunch of phony, he's nothing but a big phony as well, all right? So this place lights are going out. Let's go back to Job 18. This is Job 18 and verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. Hey, EU, NATO, they ain't for this, man, okay? They ain't for this. See, the least of the flock, these small hats, these JOOs, they done got America into something that they ain't have no business getting involved with, all right? But now it's too late. You can't tweet your way out of this, man. You got to just get prepared, all right? Get ready. Send this thing into the next phase. Bring in martial law, whatever it's going to take to get the people in order, because it's going to get rowdy, bowdy here in Babylon the Great and elsewhere around the world where they can be justified in bringing in what? The RFID microchip, all right? And then shortly after that, we got the missiles coming, all right, to fully put the lights out here in Babylon the Great and that spark. So it says, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet. See? The Lord put him in a trick bag, man. By his own feet, he walked into this, man. All right? He walked into this. Because why? It's prophecy. All right? We knew the least of the flock would draw him out. All right? And they're going to draw everyone else out into what? That Levant, the so-called Middle East, Western Asia, for what? Armageddon. All right? For the Lord to plead for Yasharallah's sake. Okay? He's going to judge these other nations. All right? So it says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. All right? He's pretty much, I know people are trying to say it's all strategically. No, man. This shit ain't strategic. All right? This man is as so-called good for real estate, and, you know, development. He ain't good at wartime strategies. All right. You think Pete Hegseth is giving them this type of information and strategic strategies? Come on, man. All right. Something major's getting ready to take place. All right. Lord willing, Abaratasa. But we just got to continue to wait it out and be patient and see how this is going to unfold. All right. They saying Tuesday. Okay. Who knows? By that time, they may say Friday. And we already going to see. People are going to, if you haven't caught on by now, surely you're catching on to seeing that this is just another way of manipulating the game, the market. All right? But those barrels of oil are going to still continue to go up. So when it reach $150, we're going to see what tactic he used then. Because right now, he's using the ultimatum tactic. All right? Maybe when it gets to $200 a barrel, he's going to start to use another tactic where it's going to be actually go time. All right? Probably the 100 to 199 to 150 a barrel, he's probably using these ultimatum. We're going to give him a couple of more days than that. We'll give him a couple of more weeks than that. But then once it hits 200, he's going to have to switch it up, man. Now, this is just my opinion as a man. I don't know if they're going to actually play out like this, but we're going to see, okay? So it says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. See? So they getting ready to, America's getting ready to be stripped from everything it had, okay? Because why? It's gains it got by deceit. All right, that's in the book of Ecclesiasticus, if I'm not mistaken. It might be verses 12. All right, let me see if I can get that, because this is how he got his fame, his wealth. He got it by deceit. All right, let's see if we can get that. This is Ecclesiasticus, I believe it's chapter 12. Give me 1 second. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach in the Apocrypha. I think it's chapter 12. I might have to type it in if it ain't, so I can get it. Because he's getting ready to get all this stuff stripped and taken from him. Let's see. Let me type that in. Put in the word ungained. Got by deceits. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 8. It reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. See? That's how this devil came into rulership, all right? By unrighteous, deceit, injuries, and what else? Dealings, okay? So the Lord's getting ready to bring this same thing back on him. So it says, the jinn shall take him by heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. He's going to see what it feels like, all right? He robbed this land from the Native Americans, the so-called Native Americans, the Israelites, all right? By what? By unrighteous dealings, injuries. We know they gave him the smallpox. You know, here it is. They got the pilgrims, the colonizers through their first winter, and in return, what happened? They gave them a blanket full of smallpox, okay? It says unrighteous dealings, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches. How did they get rich? On the backs of the slaves of America, okay? particular Judah, all right? So-called black man. It says, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So guess what? We getting ready to take the kingdom back, all right? See, but we're going to take it back in righteousness, all right? And the Lord is going to come back and take it back in what? Blood. Because it says a city built on blood has to be taken by blood, all right? Roughly paraphrasing. So it says, the jinn shall take him by heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. Right, that jinn is going to catch him, man. All right, matter of fact, let's look up that word jinn. All right, because this damn devil, man, he don't understand. All right, he's getting played on, man. He think he's sending these tweets out and these threats and these ultimatums. It's gonna catch up with you, because these Iranians, they don't feel that, man. They just gonna continue to push that oil up. All right, and guess who's gonna pay for it? You, the consumer. All right, and soon oil's gonna run out, because people are going to be fearful that they ain't going to have enough to get to work. They're going to hike the prices up. These damn, aristocrats, these oligarchies in this wicked kingdom is going to get, wealthier, and the poor going to get poorer. But then it's going to be a time where they're not going to regard, as it says in 2 Ezra 16 or maybe 15, where it says they should not regard their kings. Okay? They're going to say, the hell with this, man. All right, this man keeps raising the prices of oil up because he keeps making these ridiculous ass statements. All right, we can't continue to pay for this, man. They're gonna want answers, man. And a so-called talk about a 2,000 stimulus check ain't gonna get it done. All right, you're gonna have to do something to save face. You can't keep making these empty promises. These people gonna get on. These people gonna catch on to it eventually, man. All right, they're gonna catch on, and once they catch on, that's your ass. So let's look up this word jinn in the Hebrew.
Strong's H, 6341. Pach.
It says bird trap, snare, bird trap of calamities, plots, source of agent of calamity, plate. So eventually these calamities are going to catch up, man. All right. They gonna catch up, man. And when it does, man, we can't wait. We seeing it, but we can't wait to see the enemy, the fall of our enemy, pursuant to Ecclesiasticus chapter 25 and verse 7. All right? So I'm gonna do you one better. Let's see if we can get this in a different translation. It says, a noose lies hidden on the ground. A rope is stretched across their path. See? Trump think he doing something, man. All right? Putting out a tweet like that, man. All right, but the Lord got him in the trick bag, man. Okay, it says NLT, a noose lies hidden on the ground, a rope is stretched across their path. It's all but solidified, man. All right, America light is going out, man. All right, the light of this place being that beacon of hope for everyone to come, which we know the Statue of Liberty holding that torch, that shit's getting ready to go out, man. All right? It says, let's go to let's see what the BBE, Basic Bible in English, says. The twisted cord is put secretly in the earth to take him, and the cord is placed in his way. Hey, little do he know, America's already got their foot on the cord. All right, it's getting ready to be pulled, and you seen the cartoons when they pull the cord, it takes them straight up into the air. They tie it to a tree or something like that, and they hang it and swinging. That's what's getting ready to happen to America, man. It's getting ready to be taken out, okay? And we're all for it, all right? Because why? It's biblical prophecy. Thus saith Yahweh, all right? AMP, Amplified Version. A noose is hidden for him on the ground, and a trap for him on the path. He's already in that trap. All right. He doesn't know that ain't going to be no drawing out. It's just moving forward. Get ready for troops on the ground, man. All right. He's going to try everything he can to manipulate the market more and more as the prices of a barrel of oil goes up. You're going to feel it. Everything's going up, all right? And this devil's all for it, man. He's all for raising interest rates, having inflation goes, hyperinflation go throughout the roof, and you're going to have to pay for it, all right? Because why? They getting ready to bring in that mark, that charagma, that RFID microchip that's going to give you the answer to the solution to what you craving for, which is that relief. All right, who knows? They may use that 2,000, 3,000 STEMI check to get you to come down there and get that chip, or to get you to get UBI. All right. So we just got to continue to sit and wait and be patient and let the Lord let this thing materialize. Okay. So it says the gin, the trap, the noose, the cord shall take him by the heel. We already know. See, we know Jacob is going to pull down this hill, man. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Esau is the end of the kingdom. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right. We know that Jacob grabbed hell of Esau hill when he came out, man. All right. The Lord is setting this in motion, man. These other nations are playing a part in it. Okay. This devil is getting ready to be taken out. And it's a beautiful thing to see this come to pass. It says, the snare is laid for him in the ground and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side. Hey, this dude, the state of Israel, got him in their pocket because he don't want to get exposed, man. See? We may not have midterm election this November. The shit may be canceled. We may be in all-out civil unrest by that time, Lord willing. Abaratasa. And they cancel midterms, all right? It says, the snare is laid for him in the ground and a trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. See? He's making these moves because he's afraid, man. All right? He knows what's the consequences of not taking orders from these damn 48ers, man. They got dirt on him. They got dirt on not just him, but a lot of his associates. All right? So guess what? They're going to keep him over there in that land. The best thing Trump could do is keep making these empty promises to you, the people, until you figure it out that you just part of this game. All right? Some people are already figuring it out. All right? But to you that take a little bit longer, well, you just got to pay the price, man. All right? I ain't going to give you no false hope and say better late than never, because by the time you figure it out, it's going to be too late. All right? So it says, terrors shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bidden, and destruction shall be ready at his side. See? It's getting ready to go down, man. Babylon the Great is fallen. It has become the habitations of devils, all right? It's getting ready to fall. The deck of cards is getting ready to come tumbling down, man. All right? Just a couple of more prophecies. One, to be specific, is that constitute or that mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast. Okay? So it says, his strength shall be hunger bidden, and destruction shall be ready at his side. All right? It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle. These devils shaking, man. All right? This word got these devils shaking. Don't believe anything else. This word, this truth is pushing them to make moves contrary to what they want to do. Let's read it. This is all tacky, man. All right? They're making these moves out of haste, out of necessity, because why? This word is pushing them faster than what they thought they had. They thought they had the 2030, man. But the way this word is coming out, the way brothers are pushing these videos out, the way that this truth is exposing these devils, they got to do all type of irrational things. This is Revelation 12:12. Let's read it. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Why? For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. This word is pushing everything that he had planned for years on end to come out shorter, which is why we're seeing this so tacky tweet and post, man. All right. We're going to keep putting these videos out, man. They're going to have to shut the internet down eventually. All right. They're going to have to stage something to go on to get a famine of the word to come. All right. We're going to keep pushing because why? The Spirit is dealing with the brothers that's doing this work, man. All right. And to the elect that's enduring. The Spirit is dealing with them. Okay. We, through Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, is applying pressure to this devil's kingdom, man. All right. And it's getting ready to fall. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing to see this devil scramble to put together whatever it is that he's trying to put together to sell to the people to buy, that he got everything under control still. So now he's making a tweet, quote unquote, almost sort of a threat. Open the strait of Hormuz or I'm going to blow you to smithereens, your bridge, your builders, and so on and so forth. Well, the Iranians are saying, bring it, man. All right? Because we know you ain't going to do it. And if you do, we're just going to raise the oil prices up even more. All right? They willing to do whatever it is that it takes to cripple this economy, man. All right? And then we know Russia and China's going to get involved. All right? So we just got to continue to be patient and wait on the Lord. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to that in the book of Job, chapter 18. It says, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terror. See? So we know the Lord is in control of all of this, man. All right? He's getting ready to shut this down. He's getting ready to send his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. And, hey, we getting ready to take the kingdom, man. As it says, the saints shall take the kingdom. We ain't going to ask for it. When Yahweh shall return, he's going to take it, okay? But the point was at verse 11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side and shall drive him to his feet. This is why he's making these hasty-ass decisions, man. These tacky-ass tweets, okay? Showing you that this devil is afraid, man. All right? Then he got a nerve to say, praise be to Allah, man. You can't get no more prouder than that, man. All right? You can't get no more, what's the word? It's slipping my mind right now. But you can't get no more, prouder than that, mocking. All right? It is, he just stoking that flame under the feet of the Iranians, the Carthaginians. All right. So let's finish up and close out because it's getting better by the day, man. All right. I can't wait to see how Tuesday's gonna look. All right. You gotta continue to check in with this, man. All right. This is getting better by the day. This is 1 Peter chapter 5. Yeah, this man, that's the word, his arrogance, all right? His pride, his arrogance is being put on display, man. So this is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. See? He's getting ready to take a lot of people, catch a lot of people off guard. All right, $4 a gas is going to be the least of your concerns. Once the gig is up, which is already up, but once it's already known, keep putting these damn ultimatums off, kicking the can down the road. Oil prices are going to continue to go up. it's going to be evident then. See, we waiting on the next phase. It may kick in at $150 a barrel of oil. It may kick in at $200 a barrel of oil. But we just waiting to see whatever it takes to bring all out civil unrest and chaos to Babylon the Great, because Babylon the Great is going to impact other markets throughout the globe, okay? Because why? Predominantly because the dollar is pegged to the petrol, all right? Hint, the petrodollar, all right? And the more this oil goes up, the less value that this petrodollar is going to hold, and it's going to lose its world reserve currency, all right? The dollar is on its way out. They're getting ready to bring in that digital ID, that digital currency, and it's going to all translate over into what? That charagma, that RFID microchip. All right, so we're just, measuring the time diligently, bringing you these updates, and we're just going to continue to see how this play out. Okay, we're going to see what happened on Tuesday. All right, it could escalate by the end of this week. It could die down. All right, but we're keeping our eyes glued to prophecy. All right, so we're going to continue to monitor and watch these things, Lord willing, and give you updates. All right, so this is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Let's read it once again, and then we'll close out. It reads, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." Get ready, okay? Another ultimatum could come up, all right? And then the oil prices are going to go up even more. And then your gas prices are going to go up, all right? So just get ready, get prepared, man. We did the lesson yesterday. Don't doubt it. The Lord got us, the elect, all right? Whoever they are, Lord willing, we have that number, okay? Whoever they are, they've already been preordained from the beginning to receive mercy and grace in the times that we're coming into, all right? So with that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson, and until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.